Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video I'm going to show you step by step how to create a construction company website. Now, just a few years ago, building any type of website was extremely hard. There was a lot that went into this. You essentially needed to know how to code. But nowadays, that process is a lot easier. There is now no coding required. And in this video, I'm going to show you step by step over the shoulder how to create a construction website. So even if you have never built a website before, all you have to do is follow along with this tutorial and you will walk away with a beautiful and professional construction website for your business. Okay, so the very first thing that we need to do is choose the website builder that we will be using in order to build this website. My favorite website builder and the one that I use for all of the websites that I build is the Hostinger website builder. And the reason for this is because it is incredibly cost effective and is also the easiest website builder to use. Now, I will leave my Hostinger referral link in the description of this video. And if you sign up using that link, as you can see right here, you can get up to 67% off your hosting, which makes this even more cost effective. So go ahead and click on that link and it's going to take you over to this page right here. And then all we are going to do is click on claim deal, and it's going to take us down to this area where we can choose the plan that we are going to use. The plan that we want to go for is this light plan right here. And the reason that we can go for this rather than going for one of these more expensive plans is the fact that we don't need e-commerce functionality in order to build a construction website. So this is the plan that we are going to go for. This includes a free domain as well, which is, if you don't know what a domain is, it's like the www.yourwebsite.com. And you can get your domain name for free with this light plan right here. So all we need to do is go to the light plan and click on choose plan. And then in this area, it's now going to ask us how long would we like to buy our hosting for. The only one in here that I would recommend avoiding is the monthly right here, paying this monthly. And the reason for this is because the price just jumps up. So if we go for monthly, this is $12 per month plus a $5 setup fee. And with this, we don't get a free domain. So this is usually going to cost us an additional $12. So in total, we would be looking at around, including the domain, around $30 for just a single month. And then we would be paying $14 per month after this. Whereas if we go for the 12-month plan, we can pay $60 and pay this upfront, and we can have our website for an entire year, including the domain as well. What I will say is if you do know that you will have your website for a longer period of time, like 2 to 4 years, then it might be more cost effective to go with this 24 or 48-month plan. And the reason for this is because this cheaper pricing right here, this $4.99, we lock this in for a year, right, with this 12-month plan. And then after this year has expired, we will then be moving over to monthly pricing, which is $11 per month. Whereas if we go for the 48-month plan, as you can see, we lock in this average $3.99 per month pricing for a full 4 years, and we can have our website for a full 4 years for just under $200. So once you have chosen how long you would like to have this website for, all we have to do is click on continue right here. On this next screen, it will then prompt you to create a Hostinger account. I don't have to because I already have one, but it will basically ask you for your email and then to create a password. And once you have entered that, it's then going to take us over to this page. So in here, we just enter in your billing address and then we can click on continue. We can then choose the payment method that we would like to use. So I'm just going to use my card. We can enter in these details right here. And then once this has been entered, we just click right here on submit payment. Once we have paid for Hostinger, Hostinger is then going to ask us a few questions, starting off with who is this website for? Now this question is kind of irrelevant. It doesn't make a difference to the setup process. So I usually just go ahead and skip this. It's then going to ask if we need to create or migrate a website. Website migration is if you have already built your website with another hosting provider and you want to move this over to Hostinger. That is not what we are going to be doing. Instead, we are creating a new website. So in here, just select I'll create a website. We can then choose if we want to use WordPress or the Hostinger website builder in order to build this. WordPress is a lot more complex. you have to add a lot of plugins and it often comes with extra costs. So in here, we want to go for the hosting a website builder. So we can select the hosting a website builder right here. And on this next screen, this is now where we can choose our domain name. So in here, you want to enter in the name of your company, select the domain name for your website, and then click on next. And then the final step to this registration is just entering your country, entering in some final contact details, and that is the registration process for Hostinger complete. So once we have registered for Hostinger, it's then going to take us over to this page, and this is where we can select or create the template for our website. Now, I recommend doing this with AI. This is the way I'm going to do it, and I recommend you do it this way as well. We can go with these pre-made templates, but the issue with these is there is not really a pre-made template that is specifically designed for construction. So if I type in construction, you can see there's nothing really in here that is to do specifically with construction. So we could go through, like maybe this one we could get away with. We could go through and edit this, but this is not completely optimized for a construction website. So as I say, a much better way to do this is to use AI to create the template for our website for us that we can then go through and edit and customize this to be your own company. So with this, with the brand name, we just want to enter in the name of your company. So I'm going to call this Holden's Construction. And then for the description, you can type out your own description if you would like, but I would recommend entering the one that I entered in right here. So feel free to pause the video and enter this into your own description box. In here, this essentially says that we want a construction website with a homepage that includes an about section, a services overview, a portfolio and gallery preview, an online quote request form so that people can contact us and they can request a quote, testimonials, and contact details. So once we have entered that, we just want to go ahead and click on I'll create a website, and the AI is now going to get to work and it's going to create our website template for us. So just like this, the AI has now created the website for us. We can go down and we can take a look through this. So with this, we can either go ahead and continue if we are happy with this design, or if we want to maybe change the images up or just get slight tweaks to this, what we can do is if we click create again, it's going to save the original description that we added. So we can click on create and it's going to slightly tweak this website to maybe create us something a little bit better. So let's see what it comes up with this time. So this is the second version of the website that it has now created. So once again, we can either go through with this, we can say we like this, or alternatively, we could create this again and we could get a third generation of this. But I'm going to go with this. I think this looks absolutely awesome. We can also go over to the color palette right here and we can change the colors that are used on the website. The one thing I would say about this is even if the colors aren't perfect, like you don't have your brand colors on here, it doesn't matter because once again, we can customize these at a later date. And this that we are seeing is just a rough outline. We are going to go in and edit this. So I'm just going to click on continue right here. And now with this, we are now in the Hostinger editor where we can go ahead and customize and design this website to fit your specific construction company. So with the editor, this is drag and drop. So what this means is with any of these pieces of text or this button, we can simply drag and drop this anywhere on the website. To change the text, we can simply click in. And in here, we can type out whatever we would like to type out, and we can add a heading to the website. So let's go ahead and do this. With the heading, I'm going to say, building excellence, crafting your vision. This is going to be my headline right here. And then underneath, we can once again click into this and we can type out a subheading for this site. So in here, I just said reliable and professional construction services in the Greater London area, telling people where we are and where we service. And then I really like this, rated 5 stars by clients. So I'm going to leave this in. But what you could do is if you want to remove this, you can just click on each of these elements and click on the backspace to delete these. If you make a mistake throughout the website and you want to go back at any point, we can use this undo arrow up here and we can undo this mistake. We can also use redo to redo, so we can go back and forward using these arrows. Then for this button right here, where it says get started, this doesn't really mean anything. Like, what does get started mean on this website? So what I want to do is with this button right here, I want to be able to take people straight over to this contact page so that they can get in contact with us. So the way that we do this is we can click on the button and we can click on edit button right here. And in here, I'm going to change this to say contractors, just like that. And then where we are going to link this to is of course the contact page. So I'm going to go link to and select the page. And then which page do we want to link this to? We want to link this to contact. And now just to show you, if I go ahead and save and preview this right here, of course, this page isn't edited, which we will do later on. But for now, if I just click on contractors, it's going to take us over to the contact page. So perfect. We can now go back into the editor, and that is the text on this top section complete. Now, for this big background image or video, whatever you want to add in here, we can change this by simply clicking on the background right here and then clicking on edit section. And then we can choose if we want to upload a video or if we want to upload an image. So let's say I want to swap this out and add in an image. We can click right here on replace image, and we can upload files from our computer so that we can add our own images in here. So I'm going to add this image right here. We can drop that in. And then once this fully loads in, it's going to say select. So we can click on this right here. And just like that, it's now going to add our image in. What we can also do is if we want to make this white text stand out a little bit more, we can turn up the opacity just like this, and it's going to add a darker background to this image. So perfect. We now have this top section complete, and this contact us button takes us directly to the contact page. So now we can go down and use the exact same methods that we just used to create this top section on all of the other sections on this homepage. So in here, we have an about Holden's construction. So I actually like this. I'm going to leave this as it is. And then underneath, we can add some text right here. So I'm just going to remove what it says right now, this kind of pre-built, pre-written AI text. And I'm going to add my own text in right here and maybe move this up a little bit. Now right here where it says 150 quality work, this doesn't really make sense. So once again, we can go in here. We can edit what this text says. So I'm just actually going to say projects completed. And in here, I'm going to change this to say 17 years experience, just like this. And then once again, we can go in for this image. We can click on the image, click on edit. And then once again, we can add our own image into here. That just gives the website much more of a personal feel and a much more customized feel. So we can add that in right there. And this section is now complete as well. So at this point, I'm not going to go through and edit each of these sections because you already know how to do it at this point. But what I would recommend is, because this is like pre-built and pre-tested, like this AI knows how to build a website, you can simply just go down and you can edit each of these sections, edit these images, add in these services that you offer right here, and just customize this text. And that is how we can create all of these sections. Once again, for this gallery right here, we might just want to go in and change this to say our work, just like that. And then with each of these images right here, we can simply click in, edit the image, and upload our own images to these. What I will mention is in this section right here, where it says our work, what I would do is I would just drop this down a little bit where it says section height. And over here on the left-hand side, we can add in different elements. So this goes across the entire website, whether we are on the homepage or whether we are editing one of these other pages up here. If you want to add something extra into your website that isn't already on the page, then we can use this plus icon and we can add any of these things in here. So to this section where we show a little bit of our work, what I would do is just add a button to the bottom here. And then what I'm going to do is click into edit this, and I'm going to say see more. And where I'm going to link this, I'm going to link this to a page, and I'm going to link this to our portfolio page. And in here, we can really customize this. We can maybe add in all of the different projects that we have done and images for these projects. It's really up to you how much you want to customize this. But we can add this in. We can maybe even go, and with the color, we might want to change this to colors that we have on the rest of the website, like this green right here. So to grab that color and make this congruent, we can go into this first image, just find the color that we added and just copy this. And then we can now go down to this button, edit, and go to the style. And right here in the fill color, well, it's already there, so we can just grab it. But if it wasn't, we could just paste that in. And that's going to be the same color. Then down here, we can add in different customer reviews. So once again, with this, what I would recommend is if you want to add a testimonials page, you absolutely can. Maybe you don't even want to show testimonials, so you can delete this section. But once again, what we can do is, of course, go in and edit this, edit the pictures, edit the name, and edit all of this. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to duplicate this button right here and bring this down. And then in the edit button, we actually don't have that page, so we will connect this up at the end once we have actually created a testimonials page. So going down in this contact us section, this is very important as well. Essentially what we want to do is click into this box where this field is, where the contact form is. Click into this and edit form and make sure this is your work email. It might actually be different than the one that you signed up to Hostinger with. So just make sure that this right here is the email where you want to receive this contact, where you can reply, where you can get back to people, where you will actually see this. Because what's going to happen is when somebody fills this out, you will receive an email and it will say this person filled out a form, and it will show you the form, all of their answers in there. What we also might want to do with this form right here is we might want to go into fields, and we might want to add a few extra fields. So right now it just asks for the name, the email address, and the message. So we can click into this and we can edit this to say, what is your project? Just like that. And then for the placeholder text, we can say, that is what's in this box. We can say, enter a brief description of your requested project. What we can also do is add new form fields. So we can choose if this is like single choice, multiple choice, paragraph, or short answer. And we can go in, and for this one, we can maybe ask for a phone number. We can say enter your phone number here. We can maybe add another one, and we might want to ask for the budget. So we might go in to this one right here. And we might say, what is your budget? And then enter your budget here. What we can also do in this area is we can use these dots to move them around. So we might ask for the phone number just after the email address. We might ask for the budget before this, and we can just move this around and really customize this. Then once again, with these images, you already know how to edit these. The final thing is just at the bottom here with this footer section, right at the bottom of the website. Because we already have a contact form, we don't want this showing up on every page. So we can just click in and we can delete this. Maybe stretch this out a little bit so that the email shows up. But in here, we just click in, enter the email that people can contact you with, enter in your phone number. For this, we would change this to say contact us, just like that. Down here, we can also link our social media. So if we go edit social icons, we can grab our Facebook link, our Instagram link, TikTok link, and add them all in. And maybe we just want to duplicate this right here. And we can say, follow us on social media. Drag that out, drag that a little bit down, and perfect. We now have that all added in. So just like that, that is how you can create the homepage of your website. We just want to go ahead and save this up here. And then from here, we now want to go into each of these other pages, and we can customize these in the exact same way that we did with the homepage. So in here, we have our services and what services we are going to offer. You can see that these are a little bit outside the box. So to fix this, we just want to drag these up right here. So as I say, you can go through and edit these. If you want to add in any additional sections, you can just play around with this, scroll through and see any sections that you might want to add. And once again, we can customize these right here. So we just want to go through and customize the services page. We can go into the portfolio and gallery. We can edit all of these different options. Maybe we even want to add in like specific projects that we did. So in here, we could say that this is like project 1. Of course, this would actually have a name, but we'll just call this project 1. We can add some information about this. We could add a new section and we could do project 2. Or alternatively, we could just go up and we could duplicate this section right here. And we could say that this is project 2. And once again, go ahead and add in everything relating to project 2. So we can just edit that right there. With the contractors page, this is already pretty nice. I would just remove this background image and replace this. Of course, go in and edit this form just like we did with the first form. With this contractors, we can add in our location, the hours that we work. And then on this map, we can go in, click on edit map right here. And if you enter in your address, it's going to show like on the map, a pinpoint location of where we actually are located. So once all of those pages have been complete, we can click on save. And then another thing that we might want to do is add or delete certain pages, right? So the way that we do this is we go over to the left-hand side to pages and navigation right here. And then if we want to change the name of a page, so for example, this portfolio page, if we want to change this to gallery, we can click in and rename. We can just call this gallery, just like that. If we want to add in new pages, we go to add page right here. And let's say that this is going to be testimonials. So I'm going to add an empty page, testimonials, just like this. And then what we can do is we can click on add section right here. We can go down to testimonials and we can add in testimonials that we want to show on the website. Once again, we can click in, customize all of this. You already know how to do this. Now, adding the finishing touches to the website, something very important is we need a logo. We don't just want this to say logo at the top. Now, the best website to create a logo for your business is Canva. And with this, to get full access to Canva and to be able to download this with a transparent background, which is what we need, you need access to Canva Pro. However, what I will do is I will leave a link in the description that will allow you to sign up to Canva Pro for free for 30 days. So in here, you can just create your logo and then you can cancel the account and you won't get charged. But the reason that we use Canva is because what we can do is we can click on logo right here and we can be taken into the logo area. And then right here in design, all we have to do is type in construction, just like this. And we already have a bunch of awesome construction logos created. So for example, I can choose this one right here, click on the text and just change this to say Holdens. And perfect. I now have my logo created in just a few seconds. So we said that this is 17 years experience. So we could change this to 2002, which is when we got established. And then in here, we can download this. As I say, this is why we need Canva Pro, this little crown icon that allows us to save this as a transparent background. But we can now grab that. We have the logo created. So we can simply go back to the website, click into here, and replace the image. And just like that, we now have the logo that we need. So we can drop this in. We now have the logo in there. We can maybe make this a little bit bigger, just like that. And I now have my logo up in this top corner. Now, the final thing, the final touch that we might want to add to the website is just customizing the colors of this and maybe even the font as well. So the way that we do this is over on the left-hand side, we have website styles. And in here, you can see all of the colors and where they are used. So for example, with this white, maybe we want to add kind of like a warm green color to this. So we can click into change this. And I want to go to green, but I want this to be a very light green, just like this. We can click on accept. And just like that, this is now going to be changed. So you can see like this black is going to be the text. This is used fairly often. And some of these you might not know where they are. Like where is this gray color? I'm not 100% sure. So you might just want to go ahead and play around with all of these different colors, see what they do and see what looks the best on your website. In here, we can also go to fonts and you can change the different fonts on your website. We can change how the buttons are going to look. So right now they are like these circle buttons, but we could change them around. And you can also add animations to your website so that when people first jump on, it gives this nice little animation. But once all of that is complete and you now have the website created and set up, all we now need to do to put this website live is of course save this and then just click on this button up here to go live. And just like this, after a few seconds, this website is now live and on the internet. So we can go through, we can check this out and we can see how this looks. We can click all of these buttons, make sure everything is working by like filling out these forms, checking your email and making sure that you have received this. And that is the website now complete. So that is how you can create a construction website. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button, and good luck with your future endeavors.